All right, so today we're going to talk about eBay's new update to their item location policy and what it means for us as dropshippers, how we can temporarily fix it for now, and some long-term solutions as well. And I'm sure at some point in this video, I'm going to go off on a long rant about this because I have very strong feelings about this. So what is this new policy that has just been enacted? Well, eBay has said for a long time that they have this item location policy where items must accurately state, or listings must accurately state where the item is being shipped from. Now, in the past, this hasn't been an issue because we could just either put a specific zip code if we knew the item would always be shipped from that zip code, or we could put something like multiple locations, because a lot of times we have items that we're drop shipping from a supplier, and the supplier will just ship out the item from the warehouse that is closest to the buyer. We see that even with bigger stores on eBay, maybe like stores that sell on there, like Overstock, for instance. When you buy an item from Overstock on eBay, or when you used to do that, they wouldn't ship out from one location. They would ship out from the location that was closest to you. So they couldn't put a specific zip code. They had to put something like ships from multiple locations somewhere in the United States. You know, it depends on where you live as the buyer. And that's good practice, right? But eBay has just made a change in November of 2019 that says that we must provide a zip code for every single one of our listings. And if we don't do that, well, then the listing could be ended, or it could be demoted in the search results, or different things could happen to our listings or to our accounts. So we do now want to make sure that we're actually uploading zip codes for our listings. So if you come into your listings now, and if you didn't give a specific zip code in the past, this is what it's going to look like. You can revise a listing, and then when you scroll down to the item location section, you see here for this one, I had only entered in a city, San Jose, United States, but it's asking for a specific zip code here. So you can click change and then add the zip code. And then you could just scroll down to the bottom and update the listing. And that will make sure that it complies. Now the question is, of course, what zip code do you use? Well, if you're using a supplier that always ships from the same address, then you should use that zip code. That makes sense. But us as dropshippers, a lot of the suppliers we use, it doesn't work that way. So for now, I'm just entering in any zip code. And the reason for that is because I did speak to some representatives over at eBay. And even though they don't always have the best information, these were representatives who work in eBay's concierge program. So they tend to be a little bit more informed than other representatives. And they said that starting soon, again, they can't tell me when, but starting soon, you will be required to have a zip code. And if it doesn't, that item could be deleted or not show up in the search results at all. So at the very least, I want a zip code in there. Now, what I'm doing is for most of my listings, I'm adding a zip code. And for at least some of them, I'm going to leave at multiple locations just to kind of see what happens. And I'll, of course, update you guys on what happens to those listings. But I want to show you another place that you can go to change these. So when you come into your active listings, you will see a pop-up here at the top that tells you that you have to change the zip code if you have something like multiple locations. This account is just a teaching account, only has 4 items, so we've already updated them, so it's not going to show up here. Or what you can do is on the left where it says item location zip code, you can open up that one and just enter in one zip code here, and that will apply to all your listings. So if you're only using one supplier and all the items are shipping out from one zip code, then this is the best place to update it. Again, just come to all your active listings, and on the left, click on item location zip code and just change it here. But if each of your items has a different ship from address because you use different suppliers, then come into your active listings and you can either manually change them one by clicking on edit, just like I showed you before, or you can bulk change them by clicking this drop down, clicking edit all 4 listings, or all 50 listings. And then you'll want to, one by one, come in here and change the location here, and then submit the changes down at the bottom. Now, this policy obviously stinks for many reasons. We do have some good news, but real fast, I just want to explain why this is so frustrating for two primary reasons. One, I alluded to before, right? This is just not practical in this day and age. We want our items to get out to our customers as fast as possible, so it makes sense for these big companies to have multiple warehouses throughout the United States and for them to ship the items from those warehouses, whichever ones are closest to the buyer. That's just good selling practice, and that's what makes Amazon so good. That's why they can get you your items in 1 day, 2 days at max for many people. And that's what allows Walmart to do 2-day shipping. And this is eBay actually lagging behind in the competition because they can't offer that. It's very hard for them to offer fast shipping when these items are just shipping out from somebody's home and they don't have multiple warehouses. So not great practice in my opinion at all. And it's really frustrating. And the second thing really frustrating about this is why on this earth is eBay doing this during Q4? They promised us after the last update, which was the item specific update, they recognized how many problems that caused. And they promised us that they wouldn't make any more changes during Q4, and they apologized for making it so late in the year. So why would they make another change during Q4? Why are they doing this to us again? Look, if they wanted to roll out this policy, fine, it doesn't make any sense, but why do they always roll out policies like this during Q4? Why can't they wait until January? It makes zero sense at all. It's just hurting us sellers. Doesn't make any sense. Now, the good news here is that this item location zip code policy, as of now, doesn't apply if you are shipping items from China. And I have to give a big shout out to the guys over at AutoDS for discovering this. They actually just released a video earlier today, so I will link up that video underneath this one. You guys should definitely go watch that one next because he shows an example about how he listed an item from a US supplier and one from a Chinese supplier, or a supplier that lives that's located in China, and the zip code was not required for the item shipping from China. So very cool video. It's definitely something I'm keeping my eye on. Very interested in that. I've worked with shipping items from China in the past using a website called Banggood and had a lot of success with it. So very interested to see how this plays out, what the next few months will be like. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. Like I said, I will be running some experiments on my own using items shipping from the United States, ones that say multiple locations, ones that say specific zip codes that are incorrect, and using Chinese suppliers as well. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated on this channel as normal as things develop. So if you don't want to miss out on anything like that, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below, and then go check out Lior's video over at AutoDS because it's pretty cool what you'll see there. And I think ultimately this is just another policy change eBay's making. eBay's made plenty of them in the past, but we dropshippers keep finding ways to make things work. We're just working with these changes that they want. And as long as we're willing to adapt and change, eBay dropshipping one way or another is going to continue to go and to thrive. So if you guys got some value out of this video, if you watch this and it helps solve this problem for you, at least temporarily, I would appreciate if you smash the like button down below, because that will get this video out in front of more people to bring more awareness about it so more people can fix this problem before eBay potentially starts to take action on it. And again, subscribe to the channel for any updates and check out Lior's video right now.